You know, for 2,500 years, there's been one book that's been the secret weapon for generals, for CEOs, for strategists, you name it. Today, we are cracking open Sun Tzu's The Art of War, and we're going to turn all that ancient wisdom into a practical toolkit you can actually use to win, not just on some battlefield, but in your career, in your daily life. All right, let's get into it.
Right out of the gate, Sun Tzu hits us with this powerful idea. Forget everything you think you know about war being all about brute force. The real art, the true mastery, is about getting what you want so skillfully that you don't even have to fight. It's not just a clever trick, it's the very definition of strategic genius.
So, who was this master strategist anyway? And why on earth are we still talking about his work thousands of years later? Let's get a little context here.
Just stop and think about the scale of time here for a second. This text isn't just old. It was written 2,500 years ago. It comes from a time of constant, relentless conflict in ancient China. The fact that its lessons not only survived all that chaos, but are still being used today, well, that tells you just how powerful they really are.
And make no mistake, its relevance today is absolutely undeniable. This isn't some dusty military manual. Its ideas are a cornerstone of modern strategy. You'll find them being used by business leaders, economists, and politicians to figure out today's competitive world. So here's the key takeaway. The art of war isn't about war. It's a guide to winning any competition.
Okay, let's move on to our first core principle, and trust me, it is a big one. It might sound a little cynical, maybe, but it is deeply, deeply practical. Sun Tzu's big argument is that at the heart of any strategy, you'll find the element of deception. This right here is the foundation of everything. It means that winning in any competitive space isn't about being the most predictable or the most obvious. No, it's about controlling the narrative. It's about managing what people think and keeping your opponent completely off balance. It's all about making them think you're going to zig when you are secretly preparing to zag.
So, how does this actually work in the real world? Well, Sun Tzu says when you are holding all the cards, you should act like your hand is weak. In modern life, just think about a business negotiation, right? Instead of bragging about all your advantages, you might downplay your position. This actually encourages the other side to show their full hand, to give you their best and final offer, because they think they have the upper hand. You get information, you get an advantage, all without a single fight. Now that is the art of deception in action.
Okay, so now that we've got the core idea down, Sun Tzu gives us a practical framework. He lays out 5 key factors you have to assess before you make any move in any situation. Seriously, think of it as your strategic checklist. And this isn't just about, sizing up your opponent. This is a total 360-degree analysis of the entire competitive environment, from the morale of your own team to the very ground you're standing on. Getting this right is the difference between guessing and knowing.
So these 5 factors, they're your new lens for looking at any challenge. First, you've got harmony. Is your team completely united? Are they all behind the goal? Second is heaven. Are the outside conditions, the timing, the market climate, are they in your favor? Third, we have earth. What's the actual landscape look like? What are the specific challenges and opportunities of your environment? Fourth is the commander. Is the leadership wise, courageous, disciplined? And finally, number 5, discipline. Is your operation efficient? Are your systems clear? Are your logistics solid? If you can get a clear view of all 5, you'll have a clear view of your path to victory.
And all of this brings us to the final pillar, and it's probably the most famous piece of wisdom in the entire book. It's the golden rule that really ties everything else together. So after all this, what's the one thing that, above all else, is the key to success? What do you think is the ultimate lesson from Sun Tzu's entire philosophy?
This is it. This is the master key. Victory isn't just about knowing your opponent's weaknesses. It's about having a crystal clear, brutally honest understanding of your own strengths and your own limitations. When you have that complete 360-degree awareness, you can't be surprised. You can't be outmaneuvered. Suddenly, success becomes a matter of execution, not just luck.
Okay, let's wrap all this up. Let's put these incredible ideas into a simple toolkit that you can take away from this explainer and start using right away.
So, let's lock in the essentials. First, remember the core philosophy. Competition is a game of perception and deception. Second, always use the framework. Look at every situation through the lens of those 5 factors. And above all, live by the golden rule. Know your opponent, but even more importantly, know yourself. You master these 3 things, and you've mastered the art of strategy.
But hey, this is just the beginning. Now that you have the basics of strategy down, the next step is learning how to apply them.
So join us next time as we dive deep into Chapter 1, Laying Plans, and learn how to make those critical calculations before the battle even begins. You don't want to miss it.